Week 22 of the fantasy basketball season, and this is a crucial week for most fantasy owners, obviously, with the quarterfinals in most fantasy leagues. So here's a few centers I looked at this week. The first guy, Guillemo Hernan of the New Orleans Pelicans. So Hernan Gomez, he's been an ad on and off this season here, but now he's back playing good minutes and putting up productive stats on the season. 9.1 points a game, 6.7 rebounds, 1.2 assists, and 54% from the field. But the last couple weeks here, 11.7 points a game, 6.7 rebounds, 1.3 assists, and 60% from the field. So his specialty's always been scoring the basketball and rebounding with a good field goal percentage. And right now, all these centers are getting an opportunity over there in New Orleans. So right here, him, Jackson Hayes, and obviously Valanciunas, the main guys on this roster. So the last few games here for Hernan Gomez, March 15th versus Phoenix, 10 points, 4 rebounds, 55% from the field. March 18th at the Spurs, 11 points, 9 boards, 2 assists, a block, 57% from the field. And March 20th at Atlanta, a great ball game, 17 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal, and 41% from the field. So like I mentioned, if you just need scoring and rebounding, Hernan Gomez is definitely given that at the center position, and he's available right now in a whopping 93% of fantasy leagues. The next center I looked at this week is Alperen Sengun of the Houston Rockets. Sengun's been up and down this rookie season here for fantasy and obviously for the Rockets on the season. 9.1 points a game, 5.1 rebounds, 2.4 assists, a block a game, and 47% from the field. But the last few weeks here, 11.6 points a game, 6.9 rebounds, 1.9 assists, and 47% from the field here for Sengun. So Sengun, he's playing decent minutes for the Rockets, 25 minutes a game here. And he's not going to put up huge stat lines, but he's another guy that can help him field goal, rebounding, and a little bit of scoring with a few blocks as well. So March 16th versus Phoenix, 5 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 steals, 40% from the field. March 18th versus Indiana, 15 points, 4 rebounds, 3 blocks, 44% from the field. And March 20th versus the Grizzlies, 12 points, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal, 71% from the field. So obviously this Rocket team here going nowhere this season. And they're going to play all the young guys now. And Sengun's going to get an opportunity like he has. And he's putting up some decent numbers. So right now, if you need a guy for rebounding and scoring with a block or two a game, he's available in 65% of fantasy leagues. And I would give him an ad this week. The next guy's Brooke Lopez of the Milwaukee Bucks. So Lopez, he's pretty much been out the whole season until recently with a bad back injury, but just in time for the playoffs here for fantasy owners and the Bucks. And he's still working into shape on the season. 8 points a game, 3 rebounds, a 3 a game, 1.3 blocks a game, and 40% from the field. So Lopez, he's back 3 games now after missing the entire season. He's available in 60% of fantasy leagues, and you see his minutes slowly going up, 15 to 20 minute range. March 14th at Utah, 6 points, a rebound, an assist, a steal, 1-3, 25% from the field. March 16th at Sacramento, 3 points, 2 rebounds, a 3, 25% from the field. And on March 19th, his third game back, 15 points, 4 rebounds, an assist, 2 blocks, 60% from the field. So Lopez, if he could get back into shape here within the next couple weeks here before the fantasy season's over, and obviously before the NBA playoffs, he's definitely a guy that can help fantasy owners shoot the 3 ball, score at a decent rate, and rebound as well. And like I mentioned, you're not going to expect huge games out of him, but a guy who could go in there and give you a few categories and help you at a center position that's been up and down for most of the season. So I would give Lopez an ad this week here. And if he doesn't play much, then you just drop him again and you stream some guys this week. The next guy is Jackson Hayes of the New Orleans Pelicans. So we've seen some flashes from Hayes on and off this season as well. So right now on the season, 9.1 points a game, 4.4 rebounds, 63% from the field. But the last few weeks here for Hayes, 12.4 points a game, 6 rebounds, a block a game, a 3, and 58% from the field. So another guy that his specialty is scoring the basketball and rebounding with a good field goal percentage. But now he's starting to hit the 3 ball and getting about a block a game as well, which is good for fantasy owners. Available right now in 59% of leagues is Hayes. March 15th versus Phoenix, 16 points, 4 rebounds, a block, 85% from the field. March 18th at San Antonio, 16 points, 8 rebounds, a steal, 3 blocks, 3 threes, 62% from the field. And March 20th in Atlanta, 12 points, 12 rebounds, and assists, a block, a three, and 41% from the field. So like I mentioned, he's playing decent minutes for this Pelican team. Anywhere from 25 to 30 minutes a game, and he's going to help you in a couple categories. It says rebounding, scoring the basketball, and shot blocking as well. So if you need those categories, he qualifies at powered forward and center, and I think he's a good add this week. In the fifth and final center, I looked to add this week's Drew Eubanks to the Portland Trailblazers. So a guy who signed a 10-day contract a few weeks ago, kept getting renewed, and he's been a main piece to this rebuilding Trailblazer and banged-up Trailblazer team for the remainder of the season. On the season for Eubanks, 5.9 points a game, 4.8 rebounds, 1.1 assists, and 56% from the field. But the last couple weeks here, 11.7 points a game, 8.4 rebounds, 1.9 assists, 57% from the field. So he's another guy, if you need scoring and rebounding and a good field goal percentage, he'll do that as well for you as Eubanks. Available in 57% of fantasy leagues. March 16th at the Knicks, 10 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, 62% from the field. March 18th at Brooklyn, 18 points, 6 boards, 3 assists, 80% from the field. And March 20th at Indiana, 12 points, 8 rebounds, a steal, and 55% from the field. So he's playing about 30 minutes a game for Portland. And like I mentioned, everyone's heard or traded away in Portland this season. Eubanks, he's getting free reign, and he's getting the minutes here, and he's been putting up production. So that's a few centers I've looked to add here in a crucial Week 22, most likely the quarterfinals in most fantasy leagues this week.